Good day, all the students of SIBC. Myself, Dr. Krishna N. Gaikwad, Associate Professor, KTHM College, Nasik. Now, last time we have completed first topic, that is introduction of angiosperm taxonomy. In that topic, we have seen general outline of three classification systems. First one, artificial. Second one, natural. And third one, phylogenetic classification system. Now in this topic, let us start first of all artificial classification system proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus was great botanist. He was the Swedish biologist, physician and zoologist. On account of his remarkable work, Linnaeus is rightly called the father of modern taxonomy and ecology. Now this system is oldest and first approach of classification system of plants. Cannot describe all plants. Classification based on one or few characters of plant selected by Carolus Linnaeus, like reproductive structure, that is number of stamens, length of stamen, their adnation, cohesion, etc. Then physical appearance of the plant body, then habitat of plant body, phenology, cotyledon, and number of stamens. These are the basic criteria for the classification of Carolus Linnaeus. Now, artificial system on the basis of one or two criteria, others taxonomists or botanists try to classify the plant. Out of that, the oldest one, Theophrastus. He was a great botanist, known as the father of botany, considered habit as an essential character, and classified plants into four groups on the basis of their habits. For example, herb, shrub, climber, tree, and separated according to the flowering and non-flowering plants. He also classified the plant body, a herb, shrub, on useful and harmful nature of the plant body. Another example is nothing but Albertus Magnus. He was German botanist. This is the lifespan of that scientist. Produced the classification system that recognized for the first time monocot and dicots. Now let us see what are the basic criteria which are utilized by the Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus, I told that Swedish botanist known as the father of taxonomy, created a sexual system of classification, marriages of plant, that divided plants into 20 classes, based in large part of the number, union and length of stamens. Secondary, grouping with these classes was based on the gynoecium. Gynoecium is nothing but the female sexual organ of the flower, mostly the number of styles, while the artificial approach allowed quick sorting and identification. Its application produced unnatural groupings. The next step, along with the part of systematizing flowering plants, involve an effort which progressed through the 17th and first half of the 19th century to employ as many characters as needed to ensure that natural patterns of variations were reflected by the classification systems. Some another examples of artificial classification systems are nothing but the Vedas, then Theophrastus, Secundus, Dioscorides, Mangus, Brunflees, Bock, Fuchs, Tournefort, and Carolus Linnaeus. These are some examples. Now, on the basis of some artificial systems, these are some Vedas, which are the criteria which are utilized for the classification. Vedas use religious importance, use medicines, flowering, fruiting, etc. Theophrastus utilize criteria, size and lives of time, lifespan of the plant body, herb, shrub and trees. Herbalis utilize medicinal value is the basic criteria. Turnfort utilize flower and fruit giving rise. And Carolus Linnaeus utilize sexual behavior of plants, number and length of union of stamens and carpels. He also utilized insertion of floral parts into thalamus, arrangement, adhesion and distribution of stamens, nature of anther and filament and their arrangement. Now let us see what is the merits and demerits, that is advantages and disadvantages of artificial classification system. First of all, advantages. These systems are very simple and easy to understand, need less information and time, poorly known plants can replace easily, need few instruments, and focus on properties of interest. Demerits are nothing but they cannot classify all plants perfectly, little predictive value, artificially selected property do not correlate well with each other and cannot describe evolution. Carolus Linnaeus lifespan is nothing but the 1707 to 1778. He was Swedish taxonomist known as father of taxonomy, created a sexual system of classification, and these are the basic criteria for the classification system. Now the significance of flower and fruit structures was first recognized by him. He emphasized the basic numerical characteristics of sexual parts, that is the male and the female stamens and carpels. The linear system is also known as sexual system. Based on the number, size, length and union of stamens, he classified the plant kingdom into 24 classes, such as Monandria, flower with one stamen, Diandria, flower with two stamens, etc. The classes were further divided into orders based on the number of styles in each flower, such as Monogynia, flower with one style, Digynia, flower with two style, etc. That means basic criteria for the Carolus Linnaeus is nothing but this stamens and carpels. Due to simple and convenient approach, the sexual system became very popular for more than 75 years before the publication of Natural System by A.L. de Jussieu and A.P. de Candolle. Now let us see what is the outline classification system of Carolus Linnaeus. There are 24 classes. First class is that Monandria. That means the flower with one stamens are grouped under the Monandria. Flower with two stamens, Diandria. Flowers with three stamens, Triandria. Flowers with four stamens, Tetrandria. Fifth class is that Pentandria, flower with five stamens. Sixth class is Hexandria, flower with six stamens. Seventh class is Heptandria, flowers with seven stamens. Eighth class is Octandria, the flowers with eight stamens. Ninth class is Enenandria, flower with nine stamens. 10th class is Decandria, flower with 10 stamens. 11th is Dodecandria, flowers with 12 stamens. 12th class is Echosandria, flowers with more than 20 stamens are attached to the calyx. 13th class is that Polyandria, flowers with more than 20 stamens are attached to the receptacle. Receptacle is nothing but the base of the flower on which floral holes are arise. And when the stamens are attached to the receptacle, that class is nothing but the Polyandria. 14th class is Didynamia. Stamens are didynamous. That means stamens are 2 or 4 arranged in the form of two holes. 15th class of Carolus Linnaeus, Tetradynamia. Stamens with tetradynamous. Total number of the stamens 6, which are arranged in two holes. Inner hole with two stamens and outer hole with 4 stamens. This is the meaning of Tetradynamia. Monoadelphia. Stamens monoadelphous. Now, best example of monoadelphous is nothing the hibiscus flower. When the anthers are free and filaments are fused on the adelphi or forming one single bundle, that condition is called monoadelphous. 17th class of Carolus is diadelphia. Stamens diadelphous. That means mostly example of diadelphous is the pea flower. In that one there are two bundles are there. One bundle with 9 stamen and one bundle is or one anther is single. That condition is called diadelphia. Polyadelphia. Stamens polyadelphous. That means stamens are forming many bundles. Filaments are fused and anthers are free, but the bundles are many. That condition is called polyadelphia. Poly means many. Syngensia, stamens syngenesis, that means they attach to the lower part. Gynandria, stamens adnate to the pistil. That means stamens and female sexual organ is become attached. Monocia, 21 class is nothing but the monocia, plant monoecious. Monoecious means male and female flowers, sexual organs are present on one and the same flower. That condition is called monoecious. Dioecious is plant dioecious. Male plant and female plants are separate. Polygamia, plant polygamous. And last class of Carolus lineae, cryptogamia. Cryptogamia means they are non-flowering plants. That is cryptogames, which include the lower groups of plant kingdom, algae, fungi, mosses, and ferns. Now, in this way, Carolus lineae classified all the plants into 24 classes, and 24th class is nothing but the cryptogamia. That means non-flowering plants, algae, fungi, bryophyte, pteridophyte, like this. That means the basic criteria for the classification of Carolus lineae is nothing but the sexual structure, number of stamens, length of stamen, their adhesion, and their fusion. Now, let us see the next point: the merits and demerits of lineage system. The only merit of this system is quick and easy identification of plants based on one or few characteristics, that is the carpels and the stamens. Now, demerits are more. First demerit is that this system is not at all sexual in proper sense, but based only on numerical relationship of sex organs. Thus, it can be said that this system was developed on differences rather than on similarities of sex organs. Second demerit is that the closely related members go apart and the distantly related members become very close to each other for the numerical relationship of the sex organ. Third demerit is that the gymnosperm were placed in the 14th class Didymia along with Labiati and Angiosperm family. That means it is belong to the Angiosperm family, but it is related to the gymnosperm. This is the demerit of this system. Fourth one is that the monocotydon, dicotyledons, and gymnosperm, that is phanerogamic plants, are not considered separately. Thus, the members of dicotyledons and monocotydons become very close. For example, in the first class Gonandria, flower with one stamens. Globa, belonging to the Gingiveraceae of monocotydons, and Mangifera, Anacardiaceae of dicotyledons. In the sixth class Exandria, flowers with 6 stamens. Alisma, belonging to the Alismaceae of monocotylon, and Rumex, which is belong to the family Polygonaceae of dicotyledon. They become very close. Many other examples are also available. Benson, 1957, made the comment that certainly it did not contribute anything directly to the knowledge of plants relationships, but it did give the tremendous impetus to study of plant kingdom. Thus, and last demerit is that thus it can be said that this classification system is just like a dictionary where the words are arranged alphabetically without maintaining any relationship. Another demerits are nothing but that these systems has little or no predictive value. It gives limited information about plant members. Plant having phylogenetic similarity are placed in different group. These are also another demerits. And on the basis of this topic, artificial classification system outlined by the Carolus Linnaeus, these are some exercises. First question is that give outline of Carolus Linnaeus classification system. We have seen that there are 24 classes starting from Monandria to the last one, Cryptogamia. Second question is that what are the basic criteria for Carolus Linnaeus system? I told you that only two characters are there: number of stamens, their cohesion, their adhesion, and their attachment to the carpel or receptacle. Then number of carpels and their modification. They are the only criteria for the which are used by Carolus Linnaeus. And third question is that describe the merits and demerits of this system. Thank you.